Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing great. Today, I'm going to talk about something that can completely transform your life. Listen up, because this isn't just another motivational talk. If you're tired of living the same way as everyone else and want to break free, you're going to need to do things others won't. And that's exactly what I'm going to share today. We all dream of success, right? But here's the thing. People often think successful individuals come from rich families or have a special kind of talent. Take someone like Sarah Thompson. She went from being a single mom working 2 jobs to building a multi-million-dollar tech startup. She didn't inherit her wealth. She created it from scratch. We all share the same world, but some people find a way to unlock their success, while others are stuck in a cycle. Most people are trapped in jobs they don't love, barely making ends meet, waiting for the next paycheck and dreaming of something better. But here's the harsh truth. If you leave your job today, will your next one make you a millionaire? Probably not. You settle for less, give up on your dreams, and watch others live the life you want, asking, how did they do it? But what if I told you that your dreams don't have to stay dreams? What if I told you there's a strategy behind true success that, if you follow it, will completely change your life? Yes, it's possible. And I'm going to show you how. Stick with me until the end, because skipping even one part could mean missing out on the success you've always dreamed of. Plus, this video will help you improve your English, expanding your vocabulary, and helping you understand motivational phrases through real-life stories. So, let's dive in and discover the steps that could lead you to your own incredible success. Today, we're diving into something that could completely change the way you look at wealth and success. I'm about to reveal 15 secrets that could help you build the life of your dreams. These aren't just random tips. They are tried and true strategies that successful people use to get rich. So, if you're ready to take your financial future into your own hands, keep watching. Before we jump into the secrets, let's be clear. Becoming rich isn't about luck. It's about mindset, habits, and smart decisions. You don't need to be born into a wealthy family or have some kind of magical gift. What you do need is the right information. And that's what I'm giving you today. Everything starts with your mindset. Wealthy people think differently. They believe they can create value and wealth no matter their starting point. If you want to get rich, you need to shift from thinking, I can't, to, how can I? Secret number 1, start with the right mindset. The first and most crucial step to building wealth is understanding that success begins in your mind. If you don't believe that you can create wealth, then you never will. Successful people have one thing in common, a mindset that says, I can do this. Let me share a story with you. Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world, was not born into money. In fact, he came from a humble background in South Africa. But he had a mindset that set him apart from others. He believed that he could make the world a better place by developing innovative technology. And look where he is now. Musk's mindset has been the foundation for everything he's built, whether it's Tesla, SpaceX, or his other ventures. If you want to get rich, the first thing you must do is believe that you can and will succeed. Actionable tip. Start your day by affirming your goals. Write down your vision for your life and remind yourself daily that you are capable of achieving your dreams. Develop a growth mindset that focuses on learning and growing from your experiences rather than being discouraged by setbacks. Secret number 2. Focus on passive income. One of the secrets that truly wealthy people know is that working for money is not sustainable in the long term. The key to building real wealth is to develop streams of passive income. This means earning money while you sleep. Let's take a look at some of the most successful entrepreneurs. Warren Buffett, for example, built his fortune by making smart investments. He doesn't trade time for money. Instead, he invests his money so it grows over time. You can do the same. Whether it's investing in real estate, stocks, or starting a business that can operate without your constant involvement, The goal is to set up systems that generate income without you having to work constantly for it. Actionable tip: look for ways to create passive income. Consider real estate investments, dividend-paying stocks, or creating an online business like a blog or YouTube channel that generates income over time. The key is to build assets that continue to produce income long after the initial effort. Secret number 3. Invest early. Time is your best friend when it comes to wealth building. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow. Take advantage of the power of compound interest. The earlier you start, the less money you need to invest over time to build a significant fortune. A great example is how young investors in the stock market have become wealthy. Imagine starting to invest at 18 and letting your money compound for 40 years. Even if you only invested small amounts, by the time you reach retirement, your wealth could grow exponentially. Actionable tip: open an investment account as soon as you can, even if it's with a small amount. The earlier you invest, the more time you have to grow your wealth. Focus on low-cost index funds or retirement accounts like 401ks and IRAs. These long-term investments have a proven track record of wealth accumulation. Secret number 4. Learn how to sell. Sales is one of the most important skills you can develop if you want to build wealth. Wealthy people are excellent at selling, whether it's selling products, services, or even their ideas. Take Steve Jobs, for example. He didn't just create a revolutionary product, he sold it to the world. He sold Apple to customers, investors, and even his own team. He could convince people to believe in a vision, and that's why Apple became one of the most valuable companies in the world. You can develop this skill too. Whether you're selling a product, service, or even your own value to potential employers or clients, learning to sell is key to growing your wealth. Actionable tip: practice selling every day. Whether you're pitching an idea to a friend or negotiating a deal at work, think of every conversation as an opportunity to improve your sales skills. Read books on sales, take courses, and learn from the best in the business. Secret number 5. Surround yourself with successful people. You've heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This is one of the most powerful principles for wealth building. The people you associate with can either elevate you or drag you down. Think about it. If you spend all your time with people who think small and limit their possibilities, that's exactly what will happen to you. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with ambitious, successful people, you'll start to adopt their mindset and habits. Take the example of Mark Zuckerberg. He surrounded himself with brilliant minds in the tech industry and built one of the most successful companies in the world. Facebook. The people you surround yourself with will shape your future. Actionable tip: start networking with successful people in your industry. Attend events, join online communities, or even seek out mentors who can guide you. Make it a habit to surround you. Secret number 6. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is often seen as the opposite of success, but in reality, it's one of the best teachers you can have. Every successful person has failed at some point. They didn't let failure stop them. Instead, they used it as a learning experience. Take Thomas Edison, for instance. He failed over 1,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. Imagine if he had given up after the first 100 failures. Where would we be today? In fact, many of the most successful people in history have faced setbacks and failures, but they kept going because they saw each failure as an opportunity to improve and get closer to their goal. Actionable tip: embrace failure. Instead of fearing it, see it as an essential part of your journey toward success. If you fail, learn from it and use the experience to make your next attempt even better. Secret number 7. Cut out unnecessary expenses. Wealthy people don't spend money on things that don't contribute to their future. They are disciplined about their spending and focus on investing their money into things that will grow their wealth. Take a moment to look at your own spending habits. Are there areas where you can cut back? Maybe you're spending too much on eating out, shopping, or other non-essential luxuries. Every dollar you save can be reinvested into your wealth-building strategy. Actionable tip: track your expenses for a month and see where you're overspending. Cut back on unnecessary expenses and reallocate that money into investments that will increase your wealth over time. Secret number 8. Find your niche. Wealthy people often don't try to do everything. They focus on a specific area where they can excel. They find their niche and become experts in that field. Look at someone like Oprah Winfrey. She found her niche in media, and by consistently focusing on what she was best at, she built an empire. You don't have to be an expert in everything. In fact, you shouldn't try. Instead, focus on a specific area that excites you and where you can offer unique value. That's where you can excel and create significant wealth. Secret number 9. Automate your finances. One of the most powerful tools for building wealth is automation. Wealthy people understand the importance of setting up systems that allow their money to grow without constant effort. The best way to do this is by automating your finances. For example, setting up automatic transfers to savings, investments, and retirement accounts ensures that you're consistently building wealth without having to think about it. Imagine if you had a certain percentage of your income automatically invested into your future every month. Over time, you'd accumulate a significant amount of money, and you wouldn't even have to lift a finger. A great example of this is how successful investors like Tony Robbins automate their investment processes. Instead of spending time trying to time the market or make active decisions, he automates his investing, which allows him to focus on other aspects of life while his wealth steadily grows. Actionable tip: set up automatic transfers for your savings, investments, and retirement accounts. Even if it's a small amount, automating your finances ensures you're consistently building wealth without thinking about it. Start with a fixed percentage of your income and increase it as you grow. Secret number 10. Build multiple streams of income. One of the wealthiest people in the world, Robert Kiyosaki, wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, where he explains the importance of building multiple streams of income. Relying on a single source of income, like your 9-to-5 job, is risky. In fact, it's one of the surest ways to stay financially stuck. Wealthy people understand this principle. They build businesses, invest in real estate, earn royalties from books or content, and look for other ways to generate income. For instance, Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, didn't rely on just his company's growth. He also invested in various projects and assets outside Amazon to grow his wealth even further. Building multiple streams of income doesn't mean you have to have a dozen different businesses. It can mean diversifying your investments, starting a side hustle, or even creating passive income through digital products or services. Actionable tip: start by identifying opportunities to create multiple income streams. This could be through investments, side hustles, or creating content. Even something as simple as investing in index funds or starting a blog can give you a stream of passive income. The goal is to diversify your financial sources to protect yourself from financial downturns. Secret number 11. Never stop learning. The wealthiest individuals are lifelong learners. They invest in their own growth, constantly striving to improve themselves. Warren Buffett, for example, spends the majority of his day reading. He's known to read over 500 pages a day. Yes, 500. Why? Because he understands that knowledge is power. Whether it's learning new financial strategies, reading biographies of other successful people, or diving into new trends and technologies, knowledge keeps wealthy individuals at the top of their game. The good news is, you don't have to read 500 pages a day to get ahead. Start with small steps. Read books on finance, business, or self-improvement, or listen to podcasts. There's so much information out there, and you can always find ways to learn that fit into your schedule. The key is to never stop growing. Actionable tip: set aside time every day to learn something new. Whether it's 15 minutes of reading or listening to a podcast during your commute, make continuous learning a priority. Choose subjects that will directly improve your wealth-building abilities, like personal finance, investing, or business strategies. Secret number 12. Be disciplined and consistent. Success and wealth don't happen overnight. Building wealth requires discipline and consistency. It's easy to get distracted by the next shiny object or to get discouraged when progress seems slow. But the wealthiest people understand that consistency is key. Take Jeff Bezos again. Before Amazon was a global giant, it started in a small garage. Bezos spent years working hard, making mistakes, and refining his vision. But it wasn't until he stayed consistent and disciplined with his approach that Amazon became the powerhouse it is today. In your own life, this might mean sticking to a savings plan, being consistent with your investments, or continuously working on your side hustle. The results will come, but only if you stay disciplined and committed to your long-term vision. Actionable tip: set clear, measurable goals for your wealth-building journey. Break them down into smaller, manageable steps and track your progress regularly. Stay consistent with your efforts even when things get tough. Secret number 13. Take calculated risks. Risk is part of the equation when it comes to wealth building. But the key is not to take reckless risks. It's about being strategic and calculating your risks before jumping in. Look at someone like Richard Branson. He's taken countless risks over his career, from starting Virgin Airlines to launching Virgin Galactic. But each of his decisions was based on research, understanding the market, and positioning himself in a way that mitigated his risk while maximizing the potential for rewards. Building wealth isn't about avoiding risk. It's about understanding it, managing it, and making decisions that put you in the best position for success. Take, for example, investing in the stock market. There's always some level of risk, but if you do your research, understand the companies you're investing in, and stay diversified, you can manage that risk and see long-term rewards. Actionable tip: evaluate opportunities carefully. Research thoroughly before taking action, whether it's starting a new business or making an investment. Take calculated risks that are aligned with your long-term financial goals and that you feel comfortable with. Secret number 14. Think long-term patience is essential when building wealth. Wealthy individuals don't get caught up in the need for instant gratification. They think long-term and understand that wealth building is a marathon, not a sprint. Take the example of Warren Buffett again. He's famous for his long-term investment strategy. Rather than trying to profit from short-term market fluctuations, he invests in companies with strong potential for growth over many years. Thinking long-term allows you to weather the ups and downs that naturally come with building wealth. It prevents you from making rash decisions that might harm your long-term goals. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Actionable tip: when making financial decisions, always ask yourself, will this decision benefit me in the long run? Stay focused on your long-term goals, whether it's growing your investments or building your business, and avoid getting distracted by quick fixes or instant rewards. Secret number 15. Build an empire, not just a job. One of the main differences between the rich and everyone else is that the wealthy don't just work jobs, they build empires. Think about it. Having a job is great for earning a paycheck, but if you truly want to create wealth, you need to build something that can grow beyond your personal efforts. For instance, Elon Musk's various companies, from Tesla to SpaceX, are far more than just jobs for him. They're billion-dollar companies that employ thousands of people and create enormous value. Creating an empire doesn't happen overnight, but it's the mindset shift you need. Instead of seeing your income as just a paycheck, start thinking about how you can create something bigger that will provide value for years to come. Actionable tip: start by building a business or an investment portfolio that can grow over time. Whether it's real estate, a tech startup, or a creative project, think about how you can create something that lasts and generates wealth even when you're not actively working on it. Now that we've covered 25 secrets to becoming rich, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. It's easy to get overwhelmed with so much information, but the most important lesson to remember is that wealth building requires a combination of the right mindset, smart strategies, and consistent action. Now, as we reach the end of this video, I want you to take a moment and imagine your dream life. Picture yourself waking up in the morning, living in a beautiful home, driving your dream car, traveling to exotic destinations, and doing work that excites you and brings you joy. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mindset Avenue for more motivational content that helps you unlock your full potential. And if you're ready to take the next step in your journey toward wealth, start today by applying just one of the secrets we covered. You've got this.